Hello, my name is Tom Swieboda, and I'm a caseworker with Oakland County Youth Assistance. The mission of our program is to strengthen families and youth and reduce the incidence of delinquency, abuse, and neglect through community involvement. We are sponsored by the Oakland County Circuit Court Family Division, the local school districts, and municipalities. There is a youth assistance program in every school district in Oakland County. We do two things in youth assistance. The first is that a caseworker provides services to families to help keep their children out of the court system. These include conducting family assessments, identifying issues, providing short-term counseling, and helping families find the resources they need. Frequently, we receive referrals for families who may be having challenges in making sure their children are attending school. Secondly, in each community we have a board of volunteers who work along with the youth assistance caseworker to assess community needs and implement programs to help families. These include programs for family education, mentoring, tutoring, skill building, and camp. The purpose of this video is to present an overview of the policies for school attendance, truancy, educational neglect, and to provide you with information and resources to help your child be successful in school.
Hi, I'm Katie Gomez, and I'm the assistant principal at Avondale Middle School. I'm here to talk to you about the short-term and long-term effects of poor attendance. You're probably watching this video because you've had some challenges with attendance. I want to talk to you about the importance of coming to school. We love having you in our buildings, and we know that some of the hardest things about school get easier when you come on a regular basis. The short-term effects of poor attendance include struggling with classwork and poor grades, less connection with peers and teachers, and potential loss of extracurricular activities. Missing school can cause your grades to decline because of missing lessons and assignments and not understanding course content. We know that teachers' lesson plans are often cumulative, which means that they are building off of things that you have already learned in previous classes. This makes classwork difficult to understand if you miss too much instruction time. If you're having a hard time in school or have given up attending because you feel overwhelmed with classwork, please know that there are many resources available to you. Those supports may vary depending on your school district, but can include one-on-one teacher time, academic center, and even special education services. If you're having a hard time with your classwork, it's only going to get harder the more days you miss. It's important for you to reach out and allow your district to help you overcome the barriers for attendance. Relationships with peers and teachers may be strained when you miss school also. If school is a stressful place because of bullying or peer relationships, there are supports your district can offer to help work on the conflict, which can include meeting with school staff, peer-to-peer mentoring, and restorative practices. Coming to school and building relationships with your teachers and fellow students may help you to feel more comfortable reaching out and receiving help. The last short-term effect of poor attendance could be the inability to participate in extracurricular activities. Often schools have requirements for participation in sports and other activities. One of those requirements could be that you're attending school regularly and have passing grades. We know that participating in sports and extracurricular activities makes school way more fun. As school districts, we want you to have the option to participate in any school activity you want to do. We know that one of the long-term effects of continued poor attendance can include a student dropping out of school. When a student drops out of school, statistics show that they will be less likely to find a good, steady job, less likely to be able to buy things that they want or need, more likely to get caught up in criminal activity or spend time in jail, more likely to need state assistance, more likely to have fewer choices about where to live, and less likely to properly care for and educate their future children. That's a lot of negativity that we can potentially avoid just by coming to school. Regular attendance will help you to continue to move through school towards graduation and the career or college choices you want. We understand that sometimes things happen or you don't feel good, but it is important that school be your priority. Nobody expects you to be perfect. We just want you to be here. Whether you are having issues with friendships, teachers, or are falling behind in classwork, we can help. One of my favorite quotes that I tell my students is from the legendary University of Michigan football coach, Bo Schembechler. He says, "Those who stay will be champions." This speaks to showing up over and over and over again. Even when things are hard, you still show up and you keep trying. In conclusion, good school attendance will have a positive impact on your friendships, relationships with teachers, grades, and your social life. Your school attendance is important for you and for us. You are an important part of our school community.
I am Becky Staab, Truancy Coordinator for the Waterford School District. I am here to talk about school district policy or guidelines on attendance. Every day in education counts. 1 in 10 kindergarten or first grade students are chronically absent. A child who is chronically absent each year by 6th grade has a higher possibility of dropping out of high school than of earning a high school diploma. To achieve the goal of being collaborative and supportive of parents and families, many districts have a policy or guidelines for attendance in their code of conduct. You need to understand your district's policy or guidelines so you are aware of the steps that will be taken and what to expect. Here are some definitions that will be important when understanding an attendance policy or guidelines. When no one has called the school to let them know that the child will not be in class, that is an unexcused absence. When a parent or guardian has called the school to let them know that the child will not be in school that day, that is an excused absence. The state of Michigan does not differentiate between unexcused and excused absences. Both count towards school truancy. When a child does not have a valid reason for arriving late, leaving early, skipping a class, missing a whole day or many days of school, that is school truancy. When a parent or guardian neglects or refuses to provide the proper or necessary education for their children, that is educational neglect. A student who misses over 10% of the school days is at risk. That means any child who misses more than 18 days of school per year is considered at risk or chronically absent. Your school district will take steps before your student becomes chronically absent. The first step we take in Waterford is a phone call. This may come from a teacher, counselor, social worker, or someone who has a relationship with the family. Our call goes out after 5 days. That is not consecutive, but cumulative. We want parents to know that absences are starting to add up. The next step might be a letter. Our letter comes from the principal or assistant principal and goes out after 7 days. Again, it is to let parents know that absences are still happening, which may mean the child is falling behind. You will want to contact the sender to talk about ways to improve your child's engagement in school. When your child misses 1 day, that means when they return, they may have missed something critical to understanding the next several days of instruction. Our third step sends a clear message that we are becoming concerned about the attendance and is put into motion after 10 days of absences. This would be a parent meeting with myself and a group of people from the school, the counselor, social worker, principal, assistant principal, and/or teachers. It is a more formal meeting, with the end goal being a clear plan for intervention. How can we help parents help their student see how important it is that we attend school? This meeting may end with a referral to an outside agency for help. Local youth assistance offices, Oakland Health Network, or an in-house intervention team from the district are all supports for families in Oakland County. There are exempted absences. Physician, dentist, orthodontist, or therapist appointments are exempt. They must be documented. A statement that the child has seen the doctor would need to have dates for the exemption. This can be delivered to the school by the parent or faxed to the school office from the doctor's office. Religious holidays not on the school calendar, funerals, legal hearings, tardies, and out-of-school suspensions do not count towards truancy. Your district may use the same steps in a different order or different steps, but they will document their steps as proof that they have followed their own policy or guidelines. As a parent, you also should document contact with the school district concerning your child's absences. If your district follows all their guidelines and your child is still chronically absent, they may make a referral to the Oakland Schools Truancy Department. Students who graduate from high school make $1 million more in a lifetime than students who don't. Your child needs to be on the 5-day plan. Attending school every day improves their chance of graduating and being successful in life. If you have any questions or need more information, please feel free to contact me through the Waterford School District.
Hello, my name is Lisa Harris, and I am a lawyer referee. I work for the judges in the Oakland County 6th Circuit Court Family Division. Part of my job is to make legal decisions regarding Michigan's compulsory school attendance law. You may be wondering, why are there laws that make children go to school? Well, there are some very good reasons. Education is a core value in the United States. We believe individuals and society benefit when the public is educated. We believe that it is important for our citizens to understand our political process and how our government works. So education helps us to be informed and involved citizens. We believe that education helps prepare children to become adults and to have a productive future. We believe that educated people have the opportunity for better jobs, careers, business opportunities, which can lead to a financial benefit for families. Educated people become inventors, artists, actors, athletes, engineers, entrepreneurs, medical professionals, designers, lawyers, educators, builders, law enforcement, mayors, governors, presidents. The list is endless. Educated people learn about art, history, music, science, math, the way the world works, the weather, health, the way people interact with each other, biology, mechanics, everything. Overall, we believe that education helps to create well-rounded people that will keep our country great. Well, not only is education important, but also important is the way that we treat children. Children are some of our most vulnerable citizens. Children are completely dependent on the care of their parents and other adults. So children need to be taken care of and protected. Every parent has a responsibility to feed, clothe, house, protect, and educate their children. Parents must address their children's behaviors. So as a country, we are concerned that the lack of education may lead to delinquent behavior. For the safety of children and families, we believe parents should make sure their children are educated. So why is the government involved? Well, our government is responsible to balance individual rights against the rights of others. Although an individual might want to skip out on their education, for the greater good of our country, we have laws that limit skipping out. Even though it's required, education is also free. Our country has free public education that's available to everyone. The bottom line is we created laws, policy, and procedures to protect children and reduce delinquency. Why are there laws that make children go to school? For your benefit.
Hello, my name is Maryanne Munroe, and I serve as the Assistant Superintendent for Student Services in the Avondale School District. I am here to talk with you about the things your school can do to help you with attendance challenges and the importance of communication with the school. First and foremost, I want to share with you that we as administrators and teachers know that every single day our parents send their very best work to school, and your best work is your children. We want to care for them, educate them, and support them in their growth. So let me start by saying thank you. Thank you for trusting us with your best work. We want to be partners in both your child's academic achievement and their social emotional health. The way we can do that is by practicing good attendance. The importance of good attendance first starts with our relationship with our learners, our parents, and our staff. We want your students in school every day, on time, the full day, so that we can build social emotional relationships with students. This will help them to have a positive connection to the learning environment. Academics are important too, so make sure your student is here at school because they have access to all of their learning supports and resources. The more a student is in school, the more they are aware of what's happening with lessons, with materials, and even with extracurricular events. I also want to stress the importance of timely reporting to school each day. Sometimes students or even parents will say to me, "Mrs. Munroe, I was here." So I look at the attendance and I say to them, "Well, you didn't get here until an hour and a half into the day. So take a moment and think about when you go to the movie theater or watch a movie at home. Can you imagine what it would be like if you only saw the last hour of the movie? The whole time you would have questions about what happened and who is this character or why are they doing that?" Timely attendance to school is the same thing. We want your children to be in school every day, on time, so they get to catch all of the important and exciting academic learning that is happening. We don't want you to be lost. We want you to be prepared. And in order for that to happen, we need you here on time. We also support your child at school every single day, not just with social emotional help or academic help, but also with health and nutrition, such as breakfast, lunch, and snacks. There are many positives to having regular attendance at school. So, parents and students, what happens when we are struggling with attendance? Or if there's something going on that maybe a student just doesn't want to get to school? What happens if there are barriers to good attendance? Parents, the first thing we need from you is your communication and partnership. We have experienced staff at all of our buildings across the state of Michigan, Oakland County, and specifically in your local school district. Our staff care about your children. I encourage you to be in touch with each of your child's administrators, counselors, or teachers. We need to hear from you so that we can support you in supporting your child. So then what can the school do to help you? First, I did talk about communication. School staff is here not only to communicate with you, but also to listen. We are often able to connect families with resources to address barriers in timely reporting to school and daily attendance. We want to support your family in any way we can. However, we can't do this if we are not aware of your challenges. We want your children to have a positive connection with school and a positive connection with learning. For that to happen, we need to keep our two-way communication open. Another thing the school can do for you is to be a caring partner in supporting your student. Caring partners are both empathetic, but also practice routines. Our routines include things such as attendance contracts, consistent parent information, updates on what progress is happening in school, and much more. Connections with your building administrators, counselors, social workers, those are all critical. We have a whole team of people to support you. Sometimes we have students that can also benefit from what we call intervention supports. An attendance contract might be an example of an intervention support. An attendance contract is a contract between the student, the parent, and the school, stating what we will do to support one another in getting this student to school. Other intervention supports might be for social, emotional, or academic well-being. Please partner with us so we can be there for you. You may wonder, what do we do when we have partnered and communicated? We have an attendance contract, we've used interventions, but we still need just a little bit more help. That is where our youth assistance referral process and our dynamic youth assistance teams are brought in. They partner with families and partner with schools. When a student needs more support than what a school may be able to offer, we partner with youth assistants to be proactive. Youth assistants will help tailor interventions and support your learner to help address barriers to timely attendance. Timely attendance today leads to timely graduation. We are so thankful that you give us your best every single day to work with. Thank you for respecting us and trusting us with your children. We can't wait to continue to partner with you and your student on timely and consistent attendance.
Hi, my name is Lauren Klos, and I'm an Oakland County Youth Assistance caseworker. So there can be a variety of reasons for a student's absences, which can then prompt the school to intervene. These reasons could include, but are not limited to, health-related challenges, transportation barriers, scheduling conflicts, an individual's personality, vacations, or some other challenges at home or at school. Despite the reasons for the absences, it is still incredibly important that students still attend school on a regular basis. When a student's absences continue to accumulate despite school interventions, school staff can then make a referral to youth assistants for additional support. When a truancy or educational neglect referral is made to youth assistants, the youth assistance caseworker will reach out to the family and schedule an initial appointment. And once services get started, the youth assistance caseworker can help support the family in a variety of ways. For truancy and educational neglect referrals, a primary focus in youth assistance services is to help prevent attendance issues from occurring more in the future, and ultimately help prevent any further legal action or court involvement for a family related to attendance. In order to accomplish this, the youth assistance caseworker will work together with the family to come up with an individual plan in order to help improve attendance. Youth assistance also collaborates with the local school district and other community agencies involved with the family. That way, we can all work together to help support the family in the best way possible. Life can be hard at times with its many ups and downs and unexpected turns. We understand how things can get off track, which can easily affect school attendance. But we're here to help. The Youth Assistance Caseworker can certainly walk alongside a family during this time to figure out the barriers to school attendance, work on problem-solving ideas and strategies, set some goals and lay out the steps to success in order to get back on track with attending school. In addition, the Youth Assistance Caseworker can assist a family with connecting them to needed resources, as well as explore maybe alternative options in order to best meet the family's needs and address concerns. Having a truancy or educational neglect referral can be a bit nerve-wracking, especially knowing what potential outcomes could occur with the legal system. But we are here to help support a family in any way we can in order to prevent any further truancy or educational neglect issues. Ultimately, we want students and families to be successful, not only with school attendance, but with life in general, to see them get back on track and head toward a successful and fulfilling future.
Hi, I'm Eddie Hillery, and I'm a truancy officer at Oakland Schools. Oakland Schools is a tax-supported public school district governed by Michigan general school laws. We provide consolidated support and services, teacher training, pilot innovative programs, and coordinate early childhood, special education, and vocational services across the region. Today, I'm here to discuss what happens if attendance continues to be an issue with or without youth assistance support. A referral comes to my desk after a student has reached 20 absences. We will accept the referral after 20 days absence or more. This includes excused and/or unexcused absences. Suspensions and medically excused days with a doctor's note do not count against the student. Referrals sent before 20 days will be sent back to the referrer. When all avenues have been exhausted by the local school district, such as letters, emails, phone calls, meetings with the parents and/or the students, and use of community resources, a referral to Oakland Schools is then warranted. Oakland Schools will attempt to identify the barriers that are preventing a student from getting to school on a regular basis. Oakland Schools will work on behalf of the family to help. For example, contact transportation department, speak with district administrators, work closely with services directly tied to the district or the county. If attendance continues to be poor after helping to remove those barriers, a letter from the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office may be sent to the family. If nothing the district, youth assistance, or Oakland School has done have helped the family attend school regularly, a petition for truancy or educational neglect to the courts may occur. While engaged with the courts, the judge or referee could take jurisdiction and order necessary community and court services deemed necessary to ensure regular attendance.
Hi, Referee Harris back again. Remember, my job is to make legal decisions regarding Michigan's compulsory school attendance law. Now, if all of the interventions by your school district, youth assistance, and Oakland schools don't work, can we make you? Well, there are legal remedies when the law is not followed. That's when the court gets involved. The main responsibility of our court system is to resolve disputes regarding enforcing laws. If there is a violation, the court can enter orders to enforce the law. The Juvenile Division for our family court looks at protection, prevention, diversion, and rehabilitation. The goal for our court is to intervene to get people to follow the attendance law. Now, there are two ways the attendance law may be violated: the neglect by a parent or the truancy by the student. Let's start with the neglect by a parent. If a parent does not comply with the school attendance law, it is a matter of child protection. This can be considered educational neglect. It is a civil matter and not criminal. If a petition is filed against the parent has legal rights. They have the right to a trial and to be represented by an attorney. The petitioner must prove by clear and convincing evidence that the school attendance and child protection laws were violated. If a violation is found after a trial or a plea, the parents may be ordered to participate in services. All court-ordered services will be designed to address any issues that prevented the parent from having their children participate in school. Many of the things that may have been previously suggested will now be court-ordered. The court process is similar for a young person who doesn't want to go to school. The school attendance law is violated when the juvenile willfully and repeatedly absents himself or herself from school or any other learning program intended to meet the juvenile's educational needs, or if the student repeatedly violates rules or regulations of the school or other learning program. The court must find on the record that the juvenile, the juvenile's parent, guardian, custodian, and school officials have met on the juvenile's educational problems, and educational counseling and alternative agency help has been sought. As used in this statute, learning program means an organized educational program that is appropriate given the age, intelligence, ability, and psychological limitations of a juvenile in the subject areas of reading, spelling, mathematics, science, history, civics, writing, and English grammar. I wanted to make sure that you heard what's involved in this law, because this law is for you. If a petition is filed against a student, the student has legal rights. The student has the right to a trial and to be represented by an attorney. The petitioner must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the school attendance law was violated. If the court finds the juvenile has violated the school attendance law, the court will find it to be delinquent behavior. If the court finds the student to be guilty, or if the student pleads guilty, the court can do several things, including placing the student on probation or placement outside of the home. The most important outcome is to get the student back on track and in school. This is serious business, and it's serious because your future is important. After watching this presentation, we hope you find that it's in your best interest to get help if you need it and get with the program. Education is for you.
We hope you found this video helpful in addressing your questions and concerns about your child's school attendance. Contact information for each youth assistance office is included at the end of this video. We wish you the best in helping your child have a positive and productive school experience.